Henry Davis, Pittsburgh, 22-year-old, number one overall draft pick in 2021, and has done nothing to show that he didn't deserve to be the number one draft pick. And this is what I was talking about with Endy Rodriguez is Henry Davis is going to be the face of that franchise in Pittsburgh, right? And he's got the stats to kind of, help him. And plus he was the number one overall draft pick. If you have Henry Davis and Endy, where is Endy going to play? Because they're going to go with their number one overall draft pick, right? Am I wrong on this at all?
I don't know. I wouldn't even presume to, make that call. I think the best player will end up playing. That's what I think. Number one pick or not.
Isn't there going to be a little bit of bias there? Like Pittsburgh wants Henry Davis to be there behind the plate because of the number one overall draft pick and stuff. And management wants that to happen.
And so maybe it does. And Endy Rodriguez ends up in left field,
which is fine, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Or at first, because we all know that Pittsburgh is kind of a abyss right now.
Yeah. They'll find a place to play.
I'm pretty sure he could DH Brian.
Yeah. These days.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about Henry Davis?
I really like Henry Davis. I think his placement and his proximity probably would be enough for me to say he's probably above Harry Ford. What's interesting is they were both in the same draft. Henry Davis, number one pick, following Adley Rutschman, some big shoes to fill. I don't think that anyone was really expecting him to be of the same pedigree or caliber of Rutschman necessarily. But his hitting has been equally on par with Rutschman's in his rise through the minor leagues. This year on the season, he's batting .268 with a .382 OBP and a .478 slugging percentage. Somewhat small sample size, 251 plate appearances. He has 10 home runs and 9 stolen bases. So there's a little bit of that speed and athleticism again. I think in general, I think he was a little hampered by injuries. I think his walk rate is probably, generally speaking, a little bit higher than what he finished the season at. He just walked at an 8.4% walk rate. I think it's probably a little higher than that, typically speaking. His strikeout rate is manageable in the manageable area. It was just under 20%. I think he's going to be a solid player. And you're probably right that they might, there might be some competition there. I think they're going to find positions for both of those guys. They're just both really talented. I would put Endy above Henry Davis if I had to, rank them for sure.
Well,
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, the stats are there for it. I wouldn't blame you. The thing that I really like about Henry Davis right now is they are fast tracking him like straight to the major leagues. Started out in rookie ball in 2022, and it has already blown all the way through and ended up in Double-A. Had 116 at bats in Double-A this year. Single A, he had 11 at bats, and then A plus had 82 at bats, and then they just popped him right to Double-A, and that's a massive transition. So he only batted 207 at Double-A. I don't blame that on anything other than, like, what are you guys trying to do? You're throwing me against major league pitchers right now.
Yeah,
which I love. I think it's fantastic. His on base percentage at Double-A was .324. So like he was seeing his pitches, and he was putting forth a really good effort. Still had 4 bombs too. I really like Henry Davis, and I think on draft day when he got drafted, like it was fireworks when they drafted Henry Davis number 1 overall. They were like, "What? Why are they doing this?"
It was a surprise. Yeah.
I think it was kind of warranted. He crushed at Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen. I really want to see it in the numbers, but
yeah,
I've seen enough glimpses. Now I just need to see it like strung together. A solid season. He still hasn't played like a full season minor league ball yet. I just want to see it. So next year we'll see him at AA. He'll likely start at AA, and if he does strongly, there could be a cup of coffee at the end of the season. 2024 is probably a more realistic time frame for him to come up. That's assuming he's hitting the ball well. So if he comes up and he struggles the same level, AA, I mean, he could get delayed, and there's some risk there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I hope he stays in AA for at least 3/4 of the year. If he gets called up to AAA at the end of the year, cool, good for him. I don't imagine he sees a cup of coffee. I could be wrong on that. I wouldn't bank on him having much relevance next year as far as the major leagues. But I'm very hopeful for him in the future.
Definitely agree. Thank you for watching this player evaluation. If you'd like more great content on prospects across Major League Baseball, please visit our website, www.scoutthestatline.com. Thanks a lot.